I've been thinking a lot more about starting a local podcast and doing that. And so I just wanted to ask you some questions a little bit about that.
Yeah.
First off, and it may not matter, but what would you recommend to use as far as whether it's an app or a platform? Like, I was doing some research. I've heard of Anchor before, but I know there's some other ones. I wrote them down, like Buzzsprout or Podbean.
So what I would use is and it's super easy to do it. I would not use Anchor.
Okay.
Anchor is the thing about podcasting is, to a degree, there's still a barrier of entry, With Anchor, there's really not. It's greatly saturated. I posted one Insurance Guys episode on there. I was like, I don't like this. What I would use is and the other thing is Anchor, and this is 100% my theory. This is not based on any research. Anchor's goal is to be iTunes or to be Stitcher or to be Spotify, right? They want the show to live on their platform, and they want people to listen to it on their platform. They're also a distributor, right, to Apple, iTunes, SoundCloud. And it would not shock me if people who use Anchor as their host for their podcast don't get as favorable returns in the algorithm on Apple, Spotify, and that sort of thing. Whereas the platform that I use is called Libsyn, Libsyn. And what Libsyn's the host. I don't think you can listen to podcasts on Libsyn. If you can, it's not very user friendly. And you upload to Libsyn, and then it distributes it everywhere else. That's the one that I use. And this is also something that I'm told, but it rings true for us, is that Apple trusts Libsyn 100%. So Apple, as long as you're approved by Libsyn, Apple will never come back and say, hey, you need to re-verify. You're saying your platform is PG. We need to make sure it's not R-rated. Libsyn is about anywhere from $5 to $15 a month, depending on what package you select.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's, man, I believe so much in the podcast strategy. I literally don't think there's a better way, more genuine way. I mean, there's a lot of ways to generate business. And my whole style is I'm going to sell without selling. And I haven't always been that way. I have been the hard sales guy. And I just really don't think there's a more genuine way to sell to an audience, a community, or a niche than doing that. It's not because I have a podcast. It is because I have a podcast, but I'm not biased to it. If that narrative changed tomorrow to, blogs, then I would shift over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you guys aren't trying to sell anything, and that's kind of the angle I want to take too.